Hey everyone, welcome back. Let me move my face here in the middle for a second, okay? When you can see me to know what I'm doing when I'm looking at you, right? Welcome back to Madcap Toys. I'm going to be doing something a little bit different today because I'll be honest with you, it's been years now since our sales have been normal. And I'm going to just tell you, normal days for us could be 200 and some bucks to 12 to 1300 at sometimes, and sometimes depending on what I sold. For instance, if we sold a large Carson City, and of course that's certified. You guys that are coin collectors understand what I'm talking about that. Or it's a certified gold coin or platinum coin or something of that nature. We could have up to like 2,000 bucks back years ago, and this is so far back now. I don't even know how many years it's been. We did like in just a couple hours, $21,000. Of course, you're talking 1,000 Morgan dollars or 1,000 silver piece dollars, whatever. We don't offer that currently in that kind of what do you want to call it, volume. We may get back to that once in a blue moon here when I get some orders in, if I make some right deals. I just haven't found the deals that really work for me as of late to do that. But our sales have just stunk today. And today is the 14th, 2/14/25. So keep in mind, I've also started this recording at basically 1 p.m. our time. So things may change up the next little bit, next few hours. But I've had all day, let's see my numbers here, if I can bring it up. I have had all day, and I'm on 4 sites. We work on eBay. We've got Madcap Toys. We've got Madcap Toys Plus. We've got Mercari. We've got Poshmark. Today, I've had one sell on eBay. It's not registering because the time that we got it, it was PM or AM today. The time that it actually sold must have been out west somewhere. Haven't checked the address as of yet. It was apparently their PM before the bell tolled 12 at night. But we made one sell overall. However you count your numbers on your store, your site, I don't know. Everybody does things a little bit different. There's, in a lot of ways, no right ways that way, no wrong ways. As long as we're getting stuff out to the people, I don't look at a couple hours one way or the other a big deal when the sell rings, as it was. But looking at my chart today, I am officially at 0.00. I'm not impressed by that. After literally being on this site for 25 years, I'm not impressed. It gets a little old. For 7 days, this is pathetic. I've had $417 in change in sales. 31 days. Now get this. I have a total of $1,822 in change in sales. 7 days. 90 days, guys, it almost would make you cry if you're from this end or somebody that's got mass quantities on. It's $67.97. Man, I used to do that in a month. And just going down, the numbers are not impressive. Of course, we're on the 14th, not quite mid-month, and as you know, all the fees come out in the beginning of the month, as it was usually for most of us, at least as far as I know. Let me jump back up real quick. My sales over the last 31 days is down basically a little less than a fourth. We're down 22.6%. That's not good. The feedback situation isn't good. We are still running, if we're lucky, at 1 in 4 people will give us feedback, but usually we're running 22%, somewhere around there. Everything on eBay needs to change. I mean, totally everything on the site needs to change. I don't know if other mature sellers are facing this. I know some what I call immature, and I'm not trying to be belittling, so please don't take it that way. I look at younger sellers basically on the site as 5 years or less, because that usually is the time period I've seen that when we've dealt with people or taught people how to do this reselling, when we've had little classes here and there how to help people. Not done it for a while, but years ago. People would usually start getting into it, get a rhythm and stuff about 2.5, 3 years, but then they'd really get hit the ground running somewhere around 4 or 5. Now that's not for everybody, because you got some guys out there and gals that are just wonders. They can just, there they go, right? But then you got some people, I've got some people around here that once in a while when we talk to, they've been on there for a while and they still have issues. I'll be honest with you, I'm having issues right now, obviously, but I just am not really sure what to make of it at this point, because this is almost just embarrassing, I've had days as of late. I used to have a competition, sort of make a competition who's going to outsell who, eBay or Mercari. Mercari, till they upped their site fees or changed it over to where the buyers were paying for the fees. And I still think eventually that's going to be the trend somewhere, sometime. Can't tell you when or where. But if everything goes on with the administration and things, it's got to look. But I could be wrong. And guys, I don't care if I am or not in that. It's not that big a deal. It's not life and death to me. But as soon as they changed it over, my sales were doing just fine. And then all of a sudden, 2 or 3 months in, it's like they just started dying off. Now they're running another special today that's basically saying, hey, 0 seller protection fee if you buy something. Look, I don't have a whole lot of faith in Mercari's protection fee anyway. I've dealt with them, and I'm not real impressed with their protection fees. If you have an issue, excuse me, guys, I'm going to mark something out there because there's something on the lens, right? But there's just things that it seems like our sites are doing that doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. But over the last 31 days alone, like I was saying, 22.6% down, and I am not proud of that at all. I know some people, out there, as you always hear it every so often, we still get it once in a blue moon. We don't really pay attention to them because you've always got somebody out there like that. No, it's your stuff. No, it's not. Grow up. Get a life. Do you have a store? If you don't, shut the hell up, right? I mean, because, man, if you're not going to get in the game, play ball with me, don't talk. If we got people out there, this is their life, and there's their life. They're sellers. They're trying. Don't discourage people, because it's usually, guys, not your stuff. It's the site. If you want to know how I know, well, let's see. One day, 124. One day, 2239. One day, let me move me here, up there. We had, I don't know if I can see what I'm doing, $125. And then one day, we had $10.81. One day, I had $8.58 in sales, and the day before was $115.92. If they'll get off the site and not let me just sell 1 hour every 4, I can make sales. I can get $400 or $500 or at least, right? But if they're gonna break it up to where I get 30 minutes to sell here and an hour to sell there, and then I go 3, 4, 5, 6 hours, depending on what they're doing, I don't get to sell nothing. The other day, and that would be the 13th, yesterday. I haven't heard anybody else talk about it, but I had 4 times where my page on my main eBay store broke. And I got different little statements. It's not you, it's us, or we're sorry. Come back to the site later and try again, or something. I mean, that's not the exact word, but that's the idea, that you get. And it's hard to make sales when they're doing stuff. And my question to eBay and their people is, when are you guys going to get off the site, get done, and let us make sales? How much updating do you have to do? I'm not really seeing that much change in the site, except I'm not making sales. I mean, don't get me wrong. I see a few cosmetic issues here and there once in a blue moon, but I'm not seeing anything that's making us do better, and making it better for us sellers. But anyway, my selling cost as of today on the 14th, and don't get me wrong, we're in February, so double checking my calendar because I'd hate to be an idiot. I've got 14 days to go. So we only have 28 days in this month, right? It's a short month. It's Valentine's month, right? My wife wished me happy Valentine's Day. I want to wish Kathy happy Valentine's Day. I love you, Angel. Thank you for being with me for 33 heading towards plus years. And hopefully I'll be with you 33 more. You know how that goes, right? But, guys, my selling cost this month is down, which is good. But if it's down that's not good too. You sellers out there that's been here a while know what I'm talking about. But it's running 50% of my sales, total sales. The cost is half of everything I'm selling right now because my sales numbers are so stinkingly down. They're $906. Now, you guys out there as sellers know that every month your cost, depending on what you're doing, your store fees, selling fees, promotion fees, off on site, etc., and so forth, may vary from that. Some people I know, I had a buddy that I know, he got up to 59 one time. I think he said a little over 59, not quite 60%, but when you get over like 59.6%, you're not going to be in business long if you keep that up, because you can't. To me, I do not see that if you're at 50%, you're just break even point. And that's my opinion. Now, some people argue with that. Okay, now I understand some people are going to say, hey, I get all this stuff and it's just free. No, it's not. If you're storing it and you're paying rent on storage barns, if you're paying rent on something that you're not going to be paying anyway, that's a fee, dude. You're still paying fees, so that's still costing you. But if it's on and it's not selling, that's a whole different ball game too. But to me, my goal is to get, and I had my cost down a couple months, and it don't always happen this way on eBay, but I got it down to like 37.8 or 38%. We've been changing things up to adjust our fees a little bit as of late. I'm not a big fan of this promoted stuff. I promote basically 5 items a day at this point. I used to promote everything, but when I list new items on, we're only doing like 5 items at a time, because to me, whether I put on, let's say, 5 items in a day, all of them be promoted. If I put on 30 or 50 items in a day, only 5 is getting promoted, because guys, I don't see the benefit in me paying eBay more to do the job that I'm paying them to do. I'm paying them for store fees, finder value fees, i.e. promoted fees when we did it. We also paid for off-site promoted fees at the time. We do our own community promotion buildings. We're looking at doing different things on different sites. Kathy's going to be talking about one of the sites that we just got approved for to start us a group. So you guys out there that are fellow sellers need another place to sell, you might want to check in with us here in the next little bit after Kathy gets it going, because it's going to be good. We're going to try to get us all out there and get us out of these doldrums, as it was. But anyway, let me give you just a breakdown, then I'll come back over here to some other things. Well, let me jump over here first because it's easier. It's over to my right. Listing impressions. I'm up 8.3%. My impressions is 3,279,000 and change. My click-through rate right now is sort of at a blah. It's at 0.3% on all items I've got on there. And you have to keep in mind, do I have a number up here? It's telling me no. Let me get another one up here, guys, real quick. Listings. I've got a total listing. Some people will argue with me because I got a total of 10,431 singular items on. I've got a total quantity listing of 14,501. I go by quantity because at the true end of the day, that's your listing number. So that gives you your volume amount that you could totally sell, because you guys that are fellow resellers out there and done this a while and played the game for a bit, you realize that you will have people come through. If you got a quantity of 6 items, somebody buy all 6, so that comes off your amount, but it's one big sell, so that could boost your numbers one way and subtract the other. But my total amount right now in my store is $226,762.96. That's the total. So $227,000 roughly, just rounding her up, right? And I've got 0 for today. And I know I've got a couple buddies got bigger stores than this, make this one look small. But I know that we are not the biggest store. We're not the smallest store. We're somewhere, I'd say, towards the middle lower area. I'm not yet in the middle, but we're trying to work there. But anyway, my click-through rate is up 8.3% on the impressions. Excuse me. Click-through rates, like I said, at blue at 0.3%. Listing page views, we're up 9.2%. This is way down for us, even though it says we're up. 10,838 page views, up 9.2%. My sales conversion rate has dropped over the last 2 weeks or 2.5. I can't give you an accurate number on that. I had got up to 1.4%. I've been working to get up there and keep climbing. I wanted to hit 1.5, 1.6. I'd love to get back up to 2%, but I can't get my hair out of my face as it was. I'd love to get back up to 2%, but I have a terrible time with that because I got so much stuff. It seems like the bigger I get, the more I drag, because, well, when you have days where people's not seeing nothing, they're seeing nothing. So it's dropped me down. I've dropped, actually it's 0.4% according to my numbers. Their numbers saying I dropped to 0.2% down on the sales conversion rate. And I know that's because of the dollar amount compared to the dollar amount totals and all that. There's a lot of things that we could all go in and discuss there. But my sales conversion rate currently stands at 1%. I'm hoping we don't go down. I don't know. It depends on how much eBay shuts us off, turns us on, lets us be seen, the whole 9 yards. But I'll be honest with you, Mercari's not much better. Poshmark's not much better. Kathy's store has been struggling as well. It's down below a little bit also on that. She's gone down, not nearly like I have, but she also has less dollar amounts and less items in, so all this adds into it. Taxes and fees, I'm looking at $119. eBay fees is out of that $906 I was telling you about the sales cost. Yes, roughly $353, running it up to $400. Final value fees, $280. Ad fees, and this is something that I'm going to point out to you. I've cut it. Like I said, it used to be everything. It's now just 5 items a day that I promote. And we've been, if things are going to be relisted or we edit them, we change them up also. Ad fees $13.55, general $13.55, international fees only $1.42. Transaction fee credits, I got $16 on that. Account level fee adjustments, I'm at the second tier, I think it is, third tier, somewhere around that, $74.95. And then my shipping costs, that's a lot of costs. Not as high as a lot of months because of it, but you're looking at my shipping cost is $552.22. Now that's not a lot of fees on the thing, but you're not going to get as much postal cost if you got less postal mail going out. And a lot of that also depends on what an item is, how much it weighs, where's it's going, and the method by which you use to ship the item out. So those costs are they fluctuate a little bit. I'm top rated. My transaction defect rates, like it always is, thank you eBay, because, it goes up, it goes down, but when you refuse to move something, what can you do, right? And then case closed without a seller resolution. I don't even know what that would be. We looked, and it wasn't even something that we could really deal with, so we just go on with that. But anyway, guys, it's been a weird one. I got a refund that I've got to work on and go through, and I've got to double check and see if the item's been open. It looks like it has been, and hopefully they not mess with it or soiled it or something. But we got to go through that to see what kind of refund I give. I try to give full refunds, but there's sometimes you just can't. I had a Halloween costume mask that we had that was returned. It's a good mask. It's a $400 mask. Don Post. They sent it back. They'd used it for a party, obviously. Had all kinds of stuff on it and in it, and sparkles and beads and all that stuff. They sent it back. We gave them 50% discount. They didn't complain. I didn't like it, but it's like, man, why would you use something and send it back? This is not a rental store. You actually devalued something that somebody else may have wanted in mint condition. That's the biggest thing about a lot of this return thing. You don't really mind doing it if you send it back in the condition that it was sent out, but you don't want something torn out of package. We've had a couple of those where people tore things out and then there's like, you didn't give us a full refund. You didn't give me my product. You gave me a product with no tags or with stains or obviously been worn out in the mud. Your kid played with it or something. I mean, it's ridiculous. But guys, I am at a point today, and again, we're now at 1:18 p.m. I'm just going to throw this video out, make it live to you guys. Feel free to comment, like, share, and subscribe. Tell me, have you noticed that? Please comment in the comments below, because I'm sort of scratching my head here. I'm not really blown away by it, but I am blown away by how much over the last 2 months, especially. I mean, there was a little bit of chaos in June, July, but it seems like instead of getting better, the site's getting worse, and I don't really understand it. A lot of my buddies are saying, they may have to do something else. I don't think they will. I think things will change. I just can't tell people when. And everybody's got to make their own decisions. But guys, let me know what's going on with your store. Are you seeing this? Are you down? Are you up? I hear a few people are up, which is good. And I'm glad for you. But that seems like most of the time it has been the newer sellers. And then at the same time, I hear newer sellers from different, areas. They'll say, hey, it's not up for me. I'm barely making anything. I had a lady the other day comment to me that I was talking to. She said that she hasn't had a sale for 5 days. Now, I did not ask how big her store was. If you got one item, okay, I get that. But if you got hundreds or thousands, you would think something would sell, maybe, right? I used to put stuff on eBay all the time. As soon as I put it on, it'd sell. Nowadays, it's like it'll either sell fast, it'll take a week, maybe 2, a month, or it won't sell forever. A lot of the trends I've also noticed as of late is items that I forgot about are selling. The items I'm putting on new, sometimes it's like they're not even being touched, but items that have been on there for a while and just continually every 30 days go through their cycle and release, they're getting bought out as soon as they get back on. I cannot explain it. I have no clue to this, guys. So please let me know something in a comment below. Tell me what you think. Feel free to check us out at our store, Madcap Toys or Madcap Toys Plus. I mean, I've got some buddies out there said, Darren, it's not your items. I know what you got, and I don't believe it is, and I don't even care what some people say because we know how that goes. But it's the site, guys. But what I'm trying to scratch my head with like this is what's going on with Mercari, what's going on with Poshmark. Is it the economy stupid kind of thing, or is it, the site's just full of quirks right now? I don't really know. I am at a point I haven't been at for a while because my numbers are just so erratic. And it's not on my chart currently, but I had somewhere in January, I can't get my numbers. I'm not going to go back and look at them, try to even. But you have a $500-$600 day, and then all of a sudden you can go down, let's say, like I said, down to $23. That doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. All right, guys, you have a great, wonderful day. We will see you all later. Give us those thumbs up. Give us a comment. Tell us your story. Tell us a little bit about what you're seeing. Be as honest as you can, because, God, that's really important to us, because you have other sellers out there that are listening to you, and it matters what you say and how you say it. All right, you guys have a great and a wonderful day. We will see you again next time. If you need to, share this with someone else. Maybe they're depressed, but you're not the only one going through it. We will get through this, guys. We'll see you all later. Bye-bye.